The Janitor Who Locked Students in a Classroom. Every day after school, I watched our janitor lock a student inside a classroom. And the first time I saw it, I thought I had discovered something really wrong. It always happened at 3:17 p.m. Room 209, at the end of the west hallway. No classes were held there after 6th period. But every day, Mr. Alvarez, the quiet janitor nobody really noticed, walked down that hallway with a ring of keys. And behind him, there was always the same girl. She would follow him silently. He would unlock the door. She would step inside. And then, he would lock it behind her. No talking, no explanation, just a strange routine. And then he would walk away like nothing had happened. The first time I saw it, I thought it was just a coincidence. But the second time, I paid attention. The third time, I started counting. By the time I reached day 52, I knew something wasn't right, because no student should be locked inside a classroom for hours. The first day I noticed it, I had stayed late for robotics practice. At 3:17 p.m., Mr. Alvarez walked past me faster than usual. Not his normal slow walk. A girl followed behind him. Small, quiet, her hood pulled over her head, even though it was warm outside. They reached room 209. He unlocked it. She stepped inside. Then he locked the door again and walked away without even looking back, like they had done this 100 times before. The next day, I started asking questions. I asked my history teacher. She laughed and said, "Oh, that's just Mr. Alvarez. He's very particular about the building." I asked the basketball coach. "He's a little strange," he said, "but the school has never been cleaner." I even asked the principal. He simply said, "Mr. Alvarez has worked here for almost 30 years. If he's doing something, there must be a reason." But nobody actually knew the reason. They just accepted it. I didn't, so I started watching carefully. Every day at 3:15, I stood near the water fountain at the end of the hallway, pretending to check my phone, waiting. At 3:16, the girl would appear. Same girl, every day, her backpack held tightly against her chest, head down, standing by the stairwell like she didn't want anyone to notice her. Then at 3:17, Mr. Alvarez would arrive, keys already in his hand. He never spoke to her, never even looked at her. He simply unlocked the door. She stepped inside, click, the door locked, and he walked away. One day, I finally confronted him. I stopped him in the hallway and said, "I know what you're doing. I've seen you lock that girl in the classroom every day." He looked at me quietly, not angry, just tired. Then he said something I didn't expect. "Come with me." He took me down to the boiler room, sat down on an old chair, and then he told me the truth. "That girl's name is Maya," he said. "Her stepfather gets home around 3:30 p.m. He drinks until about 6 o'clock, and if she's home while he's awake, she gets hurt." My stomach dropped. "So you lock her in a classroom?" I asked. "I give her somewhere safe," he replied. "A place where nobody can make her leave." I asked him why she didn't report it. "She did once," he said quietly. "Child services came. They found nothing." He sighed. "Her stepfather was polite, friendly, convincing. And after they left, Maya was punished for speaking up." Then he told me something that shocked me. 30 years ago, I was that kid. He looked at his hands. There was a janitor here back then named Walter. He noticed I kept hiding in closets after school. So every day at 3:17, he unlocked room 209 and let me hide there. Locked the door and opened it again at 6. He held up the keys hanging from his belt. Same room, same hallway, same time. "How many students?" I asked quietly. He thought for a moment. "Maybe 15 over the years," he said. "Sometimes they just need a few months until life gets better." And then he looked at me and asked, "So now that you know, what are you going to do?" I sat there for a long moment, and suddenly, that locked classroom didn't feel strange anymore. It felt like a hidden shelter, a quiet system that had existed for decades, a secret passed down from one janitor to another, helping kids survive the hardest hours of their day. Sometimes heroes don't wear suits.